Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fan Geared Podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Tommy.
Oh, I'm Joey, and you know it.
Oh, do they?
I knew that.
Did you?
Yeah, I knew what his name was.
Well, I actually have a lot of new viewers this week, so a lot of them didn't know it.
Well, they do now.
Now they know. Anyway, welcome back to the Fan Geared Podcast again for another week. Today's a special day for the podcast.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why.
Oh.
Because we got some great topics for you.
Oh, that's why?
That's why.
Isn't it Isn't it a day?
Not. Oh, yeah, it is a day.
Which day?
Today is 16th?
Today is the
It's
16th.
October 16th, 2015.
October 16th, 2015. In Mexican Independence Day.
That's it.
Okay.
All right. So,
Should we give the real answer?
moving.
Nope. It's Josh's birthday.
Yay.
Woo! How old are you turning? 14, 15?
I'm turning 78.
Wow, you look good for your age.
I'm 3 years younger than Bernie Sanders.
Okay, you know what?
Wait, is that real?
No, he's 72.
He's not really old.
He would be the oldest president when he gets elected.
Whoa.
Oh, we all know that D's nuts is gonna win.
He already dropped out. He wasn't even at the.
He's a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah.
He literally can't run for president.
He wasn't even at the debate, so he's not going to get any traction at this point.
Hey, Biden wasn't at the debate, and he's still going to win.
No, he's not. He's not even running.
This is gonna
Probably not, but
If
Biden,
he was running, he
if
would
you
have
want to
been
get
there.
actually political, like Biden has a pretty good
I
shot.
don't.
Yeah, but if he was running, he would have been there. So he's not going to run.
You know, he's dealing with family things right now.
You know,
I
we're not
respect
talking about
that,
this any
you know.
longer.
That
I'm
alone,
cutting it off now.
that alone has.
Guys, we got topics.
Political
you can't
topics.
just bring up political topics and then get mad when I start talking
It's
about
a
politics.
quick thing. I said it as a joke, and then it turned into a thing.
Look,
All right.
This is if I know anything about this podcast, it's that it's a no joking podcast.
That's true.
Okay, so if you're a new viewer, listener, and you're here for laughs,
Leave now.
leave now.
Okay, bye.
See you guys.
Guys, you heard of a game called Call of Duty
No.
Blops 3?
No.
Black Ops 3?
Is that the sequel to Modern Warfare 2?
No. It's actually like the 6th or 7th sequel to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare
Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol. Yes.
Wait, that's something different.
Yeah, that's
a movie.
That's Mission Impossible.
3 or 4. 3?
5?
Who knows?
So you guys heard of this game, Call of Duty?
Wait, is this one already out?
No.
No. Okay, I
one
can't
that's
keep track of
coming
when
out.
they're out.
It's
so
coming
not
out
yet.
For
next
old
month.
and new systems.
Old and new generation consoles.
Interesting.
However, which segues me perfectly into the topic at hand.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. It's like I told you about this one earlier.
Why did you tell me about this one earlier?
Because you
Because
We're
you're
not
not
live
on the
stream.
streams.
Maybe if you wanted to put some work into this channel.
Okay, Wednesdays are my busy days. You know this.
We did it on Tuesday.
I did it yesterday.
Tuesday.
No, it was the day when we were texting about it and you said, be right there. Just
Oh.
kidding, I'm in school.
Yeah, I was in class. What do you want me to do?
Anyway.
Drop out.
Call of
Too
Duty,
deep
Call of
in.
Duty Black
I'm
Ops
too
3.
deep in.
They have announced they're dropping the campaign for PS3 and Xbox 360.
Then why are they even releasing it on those systems?
That's my thoughts.
No one's.
Wait, so literally all there will be is what, like live and multiplayer? Like,
Yeah, it's just multiplayer.
that's not a game. That's literally not a game.
Well,
Well,
basically
that's
what Call of
basically
Duty
what
games
people
are.
go to Call of Duty to do.
I
However,
mean, this is like
game,
the ultimate, like...
This game better be $20 cheaper at least on last
For
gen
those.
then.
I mean...
It won't be.
No, it won't be, but it should be.
See, but is this a case of they know their audience? Because you got to think about it. This is people who
They
already
said that
don't
it wouldn't
have...
work. Like, they just couldn't do it.
Well, I believe that. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be the specs or it could be like what it involves.
The online component could take up that much room on a disc, or it can be all that the old systems can handle since
Yeah.
it's developed for new gen. But I mean,
So then just release it for the new ones and don't release it for the old one.
yeah, I think so too.
But see, they know that there's an audience out there of people who don't really
They'll still
want to
buy it.
buy a new generation system, but want to play it live,
Right.
so they'll still get it. But yeah, it's a pretty big cop out if you ask me.
don't you open that candy right into the mic?
Yeah. Wait, put it up here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And that's a chewy caramel. So when you put it in your mouth, make sure you don't close your mouth while you're eating it. Oh, beautiful! That sounds great.
My number one concern is, what are the achievements gonna be if there's no campaign? All online?
Well, I mean, online achievements are pretty common too.
Yeah, but they're really hard usually.
They are, especially Call of Duty, where if you don't get it the game day one, and even then, because they're the same controls game to game, so
game, yeah.
everybody who's been playing it for however long is already that much better than you.
Is this
You'll
the
never
future
catch up.
one?
No, that one already came out. This is Black Ops 3. This is Call of Duty for Modern Warfare 2 Black Ops 3.
Wait, wasn't Black Ops 2 the future one though?
No, Advanced Warfare was the
Advanced
one. That was
Warfare.
last year's.
Do they pump out one a year? One Call of Duty a year?
Yeah.
We just don't really keep track.
It's just
I do keep track. It's really easy to keep
I
track.
keep thinking that it's the same one.
They're the biggest selling franchise of
You
all
could have told me
time.
that Black Ops 3, this game that isn't out yet, came out 3 years ago, and I would have believed you.
Well, because it did come out as Black Ops 2.
Yeah. Because my point. I do like.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we took to Twitter with this question, and we got a response from a new friend of the show, Anthony Kings. If you follow him on Twitter, Anthony Kings, subscribe to his YouTube channel, Anthony Kings, for gameplay of this exact franchise we're talking about. And
oh
Sorry, bud.
sorry.
this is what we had to say, this is what he had to say. To be truthfully honest, I'm surprised they didn't just boot the project completely in a way similar to what happened to MKX, which I'm assuming is
Mortal Kombat
10. Yeah. Yeah. So he feels the same way as why.
Wait, is that
why
what
he-
Mortal Kombat did?
Mortal Kombat 10, I think, only just came out on next gen.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't understand what. How long has it been? 2 years? It's definitely been over a year for new consoles, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's been like 3, 4.
I got mine.
It has not been 4 years.
I don't think it's been 4 years. The Wii U
It's
came
been at
out in
least
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
the
why
rest
are
came out to like a year later.
why are games still coming out for? Like,
Yeah.
do they think like? I know I'm not buying any new games because I don't have any new consoles.
Yeah.
I just know that.
I know not a lot of people are playing Xbox 360s. More people are playing PS3.
Really? I would have thought more people were playing Xbox
Yeah.
360 because they don't want to get Xbox One, but they would get PS4.
That's
no,
what I
more,
did.
more
Yeah, that's what
people-
it feels like.
More people are playing PS3, I think, than Xbox 360 now.
Mm. Yeah, you know, Christmas is right around the corner.
Yeah, I would say that this will be a problem that we have for the rest of the year, and that's it.
Well, it's going to be as long as these companies think they can make money off of.
Right.
So if sales don't increase for the Xbox One and PS4, I think we will see
Sales.
continued releases on the old gen
This
models.
holiday is going to be insane for Xbox One and PS4.
Are they going to be cheaper?
Both of them have had a price drop
Okay.
since their release. PS4's price drop went live last Friday. It's $50 cheaper. And announced a few new bundles at that price with the game included. And so, yeah, PS4 is definitely going to sell really well this holiday.
I think Xbox One is going to sell better.
I guarantee it will.
What games do we have?
Halo 5.
Halo 5's coming out. Yeah.
I might have to.
Gears?
They did announce a new Gears, but not till later.
I might have to get an Xbox One after all, just for Halo 5.
Did you play the fourth one?
Yeah, I've played all of them, 3 and later.
You didn't play 2?
No,
2 is good.
Isn't 2 like the best one?
Yeah.
that's what I hear.
Wait, did you get the collection? Oh, you don't.
No.
Never mind. You don't have an Xbox One.
Yeah, but Xbox 360, you can still play the second one.
Nah.
That's true.
Wow. Well,
So yeah.
I'm not gonna buy one.
Yeah.
No, you value your money.
Are you gonna buy
No,
a
I
Wii U
just-
or a PS4 ever?
No.
Okay.
Get a Wii U.
What are you talking about? We have Josh's Wii U.
Everybody's favorite Wii
If
U.
you want to hear about that Wii U,
Tune into our podcast we haven't done in a long time.
yeah, but you can go back in the Pantheon and catch up.
Yeah, right.
And then you'll be ready for the next one.
Right. We're gonna move on to our next topic,
Sure.
which is our only movie-related topic this week. but it's also video game related. It's a very video gamey week this week.
It seems to be like that every week.
Yeah, there's a lot more video game news that generally comes out than movie news and other things.
Yeah, I disagree.
It's true.
If you listen to pretty much it, they're mostly movie news.
Yeah, but that's because they have one person who cares about video games, and the other two only care about movies.
No, Mike cares about video games.
Yeah, but not as much as Jake. Anyway, we're talking about, of course,
That's
about
true.
our friends in Pretty Much It. Eric Striffler,
Eric Striffler,
Jake Baldino, and Mike
Moist.
Moist.
Very good.
All right. You guys heard of a game called Ratchet and Clank?
I have, yes. Really?
It's the one with the guy and the weasel.
He's a
Labrador.
No.
Wait, what?
He's
A
some.
lynx?
No, he's not a lynx.
A Lasseter. John Lasseter.
He's John Lasseter.
Is he a thing? Is he an animal?
He's an animal, yeah.
What is a lab?
I forget what he's called.
Lamb.
Is
He's a lamb.
Well, I mean, why are you trying to say a real word?
Yeah, no. So he's a lamb, and he has a friend named Clank who's a robot. The movie trailer was just released.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can't picture this.
Wait.
I think I'm
thinking of.
Oh, is
Jack
he
and
thinking of Jack and
Daxter.
Daxter.
Yeah, is that the raccoon one?
No, the raccoon is
It's
something
the
different.
guy
It's like a spy.
who has like
Yeah, I'm thinking of that.
the weasel.
You're thinking of the spy raccoon thing?
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper.
These are three different things we're all talking about here.
Okay, so there's an animal with the
But
robot friend.
but also funny you should bring those up because that's part of the discussion as well.
Oh.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah, I
Both
knew
of
that.
those. So PlayStation has few mascots in the way that Nintendo has.
Right.
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 Those three all came out around the same time, or they were all part of kind of a
What are we
collection
talking,
of
like
mascots.
late 90s, early 2000s?
It's like PS2 era.
Like early 2000s. What are we talking?
That's early 2000s.
Okay, I'm just trying to get a time frame.
Okay. Anyway.
Really important.
Yeah.
Well, it is context. I mean, what's going on in the world at that time? 9/11 just happened.
Either it just happened or it's
We're
about
at
to
war.
happen.
People are putting up those bows up on trees for some reason.
Yeah, you
Was
remember
it
that?
around
There's
happened?
yellow bows.
I don't remember that.
It was
at
like
all.
support. It was basically support for the war, but like you put up a bow.
People put bows.
I think it
on
was
you.
for the soldiers, but it was support for the war.
Right. Anyway, Ratchet and Clank movie trailer.
So just so we have some
came out.
context about when these games were dropping. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Anyway, the movie trailer just came out for Ratchet and Clank, animated movie, and it's. I want to talk about the marketing for it because, in quotes and listening to the dialogue in the trailer, it seems really like kind of fun and cool for kids. However, the voiceover guy in the trailer and all of the text that they had on it that's not actually part of the movie was like really witty and also kind of like weirdly inappropriate, as if it was they were gearing the marketing towards people who played the games originally. However, the movie itself doesn't look like it would be for those people. It looks like it's for kids, and they're making a game based on this movie, which is based on the original games, for those kids, I would assume, because they want that audience to pick it back up and potentially bring back their mascots.
So,
Wait, wouldn't the audience picking it back up be older people?
Yeah.
Since it's them who are reliving the...
Well, it's based on the movie. The game, the new game,
Yeah.
would be based on the movie, which seems like it's for kids. However, the marketing is being.
wait, are you talking about the game or the movie right now?
I'm talking about both.
But specifically that trailer.
The trailers for the movie.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So the marketing looks like it's geared to people who played the games originally,
So why are you saying it
Well,
looks
maybe
like it's
they-
for kids?
Maybe they're just assuming
because the actual dialogue in the movie looks like it's your
Geared
typical
towards
kids movie. It was the voiceover, like the movie guy voice,
Like
who's-
in a world.
right, and the text on screen, the parts that aren't actually part of the movie, were more
they
for
were alluding to
yeah,
something.
like pretty funny stuff. Like he says kick some asteroid and like stuff like that.
It's still
It's
pretty.
hilarious. So that looks
I mean,
like
I
it's
see what you're
not
saying.
a kids movie at all then.
Maybe they're just assuming
Yeah, but
that
the movie itself seems like it is.
maybe they're just assuming that kids can't read and won't pick up on innuendo, context clues like that.
Right, so it's confusing. It seems like a mixed marketing.
But I mean, isn't that it's true? But I think that's what they want
Mm-hmm.
because they want people to go into this thinking yeah, this looks like it's for kids, but when I saw that trailer, there were all these hidden things for me.
Yeah.
So they'll still be into the humor. I don't really
Yeah.
know what these games were like. I don't think I ever played it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny because he does say in the very beginning, the voiceover guy, he says, "In a world," and then the bad guy was like, "Initiate the planet destroyer" or whatever, and he like hits this button, and then it's showing the world when he says "in a world," and then he says "initiate planet destroyer," and it explodes, and he's like, "Well, in a different world," and then it cuts to Earth, and it's there, and it's just stuff like that where it's like, it was kind of a parody of trailers, actually, the voiceover. It was kind of cool, and I liked it a lot, but from what I saw of the actual movie, it didn't look like it was for that same audience.
Maybe it's just poorly written.
Could be.
Maybe they sent the trailer was made by a different company.
Also, the cast is really weird.
Is it like famous people,
It's
A-listers?
Paul Giamatti, John Goodman.
Okay.
Old
fat guys.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but like, you know how like these kids movies, they got like Selena Gomez in or like Taylor Swift does, because it's just a voice, you know, like
What movie was Taylor Swift in?
Taylor Swift was in the Lorax.
Yeah, she was the girl in
Oh,
Lorax.
that was before she was
Selena was Hotel
Transylvania 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Just released, actually.
Yeah,
Or is going to.
It's out.
it's out.
It's out now. Maybe we'll hear a review of that.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, maybe on your own time.
Sure. Anyway, yeah, I'm just really confused about the marketing. I think what PlayStation or what Sony is going for is they want to bring back these mascots to a new generation so that they have, because right now they have nothing in that regard.
Yeah.
You know, they
really haven't in a while come out with anything
yeah,
that's like.
Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank. Those were their cartoony, they're
What
fun.
about Spyro?
Oh, they're kicking
Spyro.
themselves over that because they had Spyro and now it's
They gave it to Skylanders.
big time
Oh,
sell
really?
money maker.
I did wonder why.
Skylanders.
Skylanders.
Billion dollar
company.
company.
If Skylanders was
Swimming
Sony
money over
exclusive, yeah. If Skylanders was Sony exclusive, that'd be their thing. That'd be all they need. We'd be seeing a Skylanders movie right now.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking about it, and Sony used to have a much younger audience, and now pretty much every game they come out with that's popular is for an older audience.
Yeah.
Call of Duties.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but
Well, I mean-
that younger market is a good market to have for sure.
Oh, well, it is if you're trying to run a company, because...
Yeah.
That's where your bulk of money comes from.
Yeah.
Nintendo is staying afloat exclusively because of that.
Yeah.
Because they have those characters.
They've cornered the kid market.
Yeah.
And
This will
my
be
market,
interesting.
as far as I'm concerned.
And Josh.
Your market? Oh yeah, no, definitely
But
mine.
mine? I don't think so. Actually, that's
Yeah,
not
they
true.
cornered you pretty good.
Yeah, they got you.
I
and
can
when you do
say,
play a game, that's what you play.
I can say that I have bought an amiibo.
Yeah?
Who'd you buy? Oh,
Right. Never mind. I was gonna say, which one you get? I was so excited.
you bought Ness.
You bought Ness.
Yeah.
Now we have all these Nesses. Stay tuned, by the way. Next up on the agenda, guys. Now, this one is going to be our last one before we go into a break.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it's been a full 18 minutes. How can we
Wait,
sit
why are
for
we
that
going to do a
long?
break?
Huh?
Why are we going to do a break?
Because this is going to be a longer one.
I could go for another 20.
All right.
Are we going to have 2
Let's
breaks?
go
This is
for
a
20.
3-hour pod.
Make it a 3-hour special birthday edition pod.
Oh, I forgot it was
3
your
hours.
birthday.
Oh, yeah.
After the break, can we give you gifts?
No.
Then we'll sing a song.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, we need to take advantage.
What?
Those old hens don't own the song anymore.
Oh, we can sing happy birthday.
Those old crones. Crows? What is
All
this?
right, we'll do that. We'll
what
do
does he
that
always
later.
say? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that later. Anyway.
I'm not singing.
So this one,
Oh, I'm not going to either.
I was debating between whether or not...
Go ahead.
I was debating between whether or not
Happy
this should be... Okay, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Anyway.
You should have followed through. I was going to join in.
Yeah, it's more of just a joke type thing.
I was debating whether or not this should be the topic of the week or if the actual topic of the week should be. And the reason why I chose this one to not be it was because this will be timely next week, and I say we should definitely do this topic next week as the topic of the week, talk about it more.
Are we on a break
In depth?
right now?
No, we're not on a break right now.
Why are you talking about this?
Because I'm just letting everybody know that we are going to talk more in depth about this next week because this is
okay.
definitely something we can talk more about.
All right.
Right.
Sounds good.
Okay, anyway. So if I can continue.
That sounded very behind the scenes.
Josh, you have the floor.
Yeah, no, do I?
Well, you have 1/3 of the floor.
All right, anyway. So, and you'll see why, because I think we can do a little more preparation too, and I want to get a lot more comments for this one as well for Topic of the Week. We're going to talk about this briefly, and I'm actually going to probably cut it off once we've talked about it for a little bit because I don't want it to go too long. And
let's get to what
and
it is.
I know we can talk about it for a long time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Video game developers, The Chinese Room, recently released a game. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which I've talked about before on the podcast. Really cool game. PlayStation 4 exclusive. Game was released to pretty critical acclaim. It's good game. One of the what's so funny, Tommy?
What is so
Was it
funny?
good?
What the hell are you laughing about?
Just Josh.
I remember when Josh posted an Instagram picture that said everybody goes to the Rapture when he
Everybody's
finished.
Gone to the Rapture.
And I thought it was the series finale of Lost.
Okay.
I also thought that.
I was like, oh, he finished Lost.
Such a very weird picture.
Because
And I thought it ended with that sentence.
that would be really weird.
Yeah, no, I
And
thought
also
it was,
not what the show's about.
I thought it
at
was
all.
very strange. No, without ever having seen Lost.
Yeah,
I thought
not
it was
what the
very
show's
strange.
about. Anyway,
Are we talking Lost?
no, we're not.
Okay.
Is this an episode of Talking Lost?
Oh, I wish that was a podcast we
See
were
the
doing.
theme song?
Anyway,
Oh, damn it.
one of the co-founders of the Chinese Room, Jessica Curry, recently stepped away from her position at the company.
Can I take a guess as to why?
No. I'm going to tell you exactly why. She wrote a blog post about it, which is a pretty good read. I would actually recommend that you read it. The first thing she said, has been diagnosed with a terminal disease,
Jesus.
which she's been living with for a long time, so it's not a new thing.
Right.
But
Yes.
one of the reasons, and what she said is the least reason is that. So obviously that's terrible, but we're going to get into the meat of this real quick here. Second thing is working with the publisher made her unhappy because they were an independent company. They had made a few games before, and then Sony published this new game, made it exclusive on PS4. And she said, when she thinks back about the way they were treated during the development of this game, she shakes her head in disbelief and can't believe that they went through that. It made her very unhappy to work with them and stuff like that. Being an indie company, having that freedom, and then going under
Right.
with a publisher and having things,
So we're talking about relationships between, keeping a smaller indie group and then going corporate, if you will.
that is one of the things we're talking about. But I'm going to get into the final reason.
Uh-oh.
And this is the big reason. And I'm going to actually read a snippet here that I took a picture of.
Give me a quote.
All right.
Give us that quote.
I
Hit
want
us with that
footnotes,
quote.
though, in a bibliography.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, no, please list your sources.
The blog post.
All right, the blog post.
If I Google search the blog post,
Yeah.
this quote will come up.
Google the Chinese Room blog. It's the first post. Okay.
The Chinese food blog. Got it.
All right.
That's
shut up.
good.
That's enough. All right. Get ready. I thought I was strong enough to lead the charge to prove through talent and hard work and positivity that women have a vital role to play. Well, as tough as this is to admit to both myself and to you lot, this is one fight that I'm personally not going to win. I leave it to people younger and fitter than me to carry on this crusade. On a personal level, I look back at my huge contribution to the games that we've made, and I have had to watch Dan get the credit time and time again. Dan is her husband, who they co-founded the company together. So basically, what she goes on to say in the rest of it is every time she's with him and they're doing press junkets, stuff like that, he's the creator, he's the head of the company, and she's been mistaken for a secretary. She's been not acknowledged at all. Her husband, even when he went to go pitch the game to Sony, which was her idea, had credited another male developer in their company with doing it, even though it was her, and he was confused as to why she was mad because he didn't think it mattered who got the credit. And
that's her husband?
That's her husband.
Ooh.
Yeah. And she just, time and time again, was undermined for her work. She was very much the creative head of the entire company, and the credit was always given to either her husband or someone else.
See, this is a great example of the more implicit forms of sexism in institutions.
Mm-hmm.
The less, it's not, this isn't a, grab an ass type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like taking credit and things like that. That's very interesting that's happening at that level.
Right.
On the games and stuff she produced, like, is she billed first or second in the credits?
I'm not sure.
I mean, but it might not even be that. I mean, she could just be talking, like, in terms of reputation.
I mean,
or,
this is
like,
her company
what
that
it
she
means
is
for
leaving
her to...
Well, yeah,
because of this.
If people honestly don't know that she created the games, then it's not them being sexist if they don't give her credit.
Okay, but assuming
No,
that she's a
not-
secretary is inherently sexist.
But not even that.
Okay, yeah. But,
Okay, things like that, yes.
yes,
But
obviously.
I mean, like, say, because obviously she owns part of this company, right? As a co-founder.
She is a co-founder of it.
Yeah. So
Her-
her name is going to be on the games.
Yeah.
But
This
but
was
think
her
about
idea,
but think about the way
this game.
people but think about the way people talk about, like, heads of companies and things like that. Oh yeah, they're the head of the company, but they don't do any of the grunt work. They don't, like, come up with ideas. They started the company.
Yeah.
But, like, here you have this person who is literally I came up with this great idea.
She founded the company and is creative director.
Yeah, and is coming up with these ideas, and then you have somebody else just saying, like, oh no, it's like, it doesn't matter if you came up with it. We're going to give it credit to this guy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, it has to do
Who
with...
happens to be her husband, who is also taking that credit.
Right. Yeah, I definitely see a big problem with that.
Yeah. She has said that though she's leaving the company, she still has an office there, and she is sure that she'll be peeking her nose in every once in a while, and her husband obviously is still the co-founder and will still be working there, so I'm sure she'll be talking with him, and so I don't think that she will have no input, so that's good. And also, another thing she says is she tried her hand at writing the score for this game, which when it was released was held in pretty high regard, the music in the game. So she said she's going to pursue that a little more separately and write music with some friends and continue to do that. So that's, good for her. It would be nice if she could stay at her company that she helped to make in video games and make a great game that a lot of people really like.
Yeah, I don't think it's good that she's stepping down.
No. Yeah. And I mean, obviously there are other factors as well.
Okay, so actually I understand why she wouldn't want to work in that environment.
Right.
But if she's not going to go back to work in video games or something like that, I see a problem. I don't think she should not do that. That's like, it's sort of like giving in.
It is.
Like,
she says in that was the very beginning.
No,
of the
right,
quote,
exactly. So it's like somebody else's
giving up
fight.
This is for someone younger than me.
Yeah, and like obviously I understand why she'd want to do that.
Yeah.
But like,
it's something I definitely want to talk about at length, and I want to get a lot more input from actual.
Can we get her email?
Yeah, send her an email.
Can we send her an email?
Yeah, I'll send her an email right now, or not right now, but after.
You want to write it up on the PCast?
Maybe
we'll just do it at the breaker after.
Maybe she's sicker than.
That could be too.
I mean, she's pretty sick.
That's true.
I would say that's definitely a big part of it. And she said she's leaving the fight to a younger and healthier generation.
I guess her health could
women.
be a big part of it, but
yeah.
I wonder how they're
just said that somebody who obviously has a lot of good ideas and is good at this job despite being as sick as she is.
This is definitely the fault of the industry itself, the fan base, and I definitely want to talk about that next week. The fan base.
Well, what's been the response to this?
I haven't seen a lot of response at all.
Is there even a lot of coverage?
The only people I've seen talking about it were Colin and Greg from the PS I Love You and Kind of Funny Games cast. They talked about it, and they feel similarly. They think that it's a shame that they had to, that's what led to this. And they actually talked more about the Sony's playing it, because they're a PlayStation podcast. So, but they talked about it, and that's where I heard from it. And then I looked up the actual blog and I read it, and something I thought it would be good to bring up, and we'll bring it up again next week along with some other instances of similar things happening. And I definitely want to get more input from other female gamers.
Oh no, I definitely think we should try to get some other opinions and try to contact her, honestly.
We'll send her an email today.
Send an email.
Send that electronic mail.
Electronic mail.
You know what?
Send
Let's
her a
send her a
tweet.
snail mail. What do you say?
Old fashioned.
Pigeon.
Oh yeah, pigeon.
Or did you mean tape it to a snail?
No, tape it to a snail. Yeah.
And then throw it to the UK.
Yeah.
Throw it. Oh, is that
No,
right?
the snail will find its
So
way.
she lives, so.
Wait, she doesn't live in China?
No, it's just called the Chinese room.
She doesn't live at the Chinese food place?
Okay.
Did you guys? Never mind. I'm not. Gonna
Anyway,
talk about it.
we'll talk more about this whole topic next week. I forgot I have one really, really quick topic. This is literally going to be like a one sentence thing, but I thought this was funny, but I also think it actually kind of plays in a little bit to this story. A video game journalist from a site called VG247 posted an article after attending the Tokyo Game Show and playing a demo for an upcoming game. The title of that article is Uncharted 4 too formulaic? So she played this Uncharted 4 demo and so thought, like, you know, and I just finished playing the Uncharted series, and they definitely have a formula. But she posted this thing, is Uncharted 4 too formulaic? It was later they found out that she wasn't playing Uncharted 4. She was playing the remastered version of Uncharted 2. But they posted this article as if she was playing Uncharted 4 by accident because she thought she was playing Uncharted 4.
So all the Uncharted games are the same?
Wait,
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying she didn't realize that she was playing the remastered version of Uncharted 2 and then slammed Uncharted 4 for being too much like Uncharted 2. Because it was.
Wow.
well, that's not. We'll see, but no, yeah, that's not.
Wow. So
Kind
that
of,
was her
that's
own
pretty
mistake.
embarrassing. Wait,
Yeah.
did they not make it clear that it was Uncharted 2?
Yeah,
It was at Tokyo Game Show in Japan, so it must have been some kind of translation mix-up, or
that
they just
could
didn't
be.
translate at all. She just went in and thought she was going to play Uncharted 4. And then they posted this article, a full write-up on Uncharted 4 is too formulaic, it seems too much like Uncharted 2. And it was, since the website has posted an official apology to Naughty Dog and Sony and the fans of Uncharted.
It's an honest mistake. I mean,
yeah. This thing is,
if you were playing the same game, you might say that it was similar to that game as well.
yeah. So we can confirm that the remaster of Uncharted 2 is a true adaptation.
Ooh, actually, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What does that say about remasters?
The
Not
same game.
different enough?
Well, no, they're not supposed to be different. They're just in HD.
Different enough, she thought it was a different game?
Yeah, but she gave it not a good review.
Because she thought it was a different game.
Exactly.
She didn't know what she was
The
reviewing.
title of the article was literally, is Uncharted 4 too formulaic?
Well, wouldn't it be really embarrassing for Naughty Dog if they release Uncharted 4 and it's very similar to Uncharted 2?
Well, I mean, they do all follow.
She plays it and she's like,
Yeah.
you gotta
But
be honest.
I was right, though.
It was the same. They better hope it's pretty different.
All right, so we're about to go to a break, but of course,
Thank goodness.
before we do that,
I need a nap.
oh god, you don't get a nap's length of a break.
I don't get a 1 minute nap.
And also, you got to earn your break, Tommy. Let me hear a 10-second review.
Ooh.
All right.
What do you got for me this week, Tommy?
All right, we teased it last week, so I'm just going to bring it out this week. The Walk. Robert Zemeckis, director of my favorite movie of all time, directing this one.
Which is what?
Back to the Future.
Wow. Wait, that dude's still alive?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tommy, are you excited for Back to the Future's 30th anniversary?
Yeah, dude, I'm going to
Are
go
you
see the
excited?
trilogy in theaters.
Are you excited for that one date? Wait, is that today?
What?
October 15th? Isn't that the...
That was yesterday.
I mean, yes.
What
You do that every week. Where you
sorry.
say the wrong
I live in
day.
the present.
For what?
Remember they say like on this date in 2015.
Oh.
What date is that? It's coming
I
up,
don't
isn't
know.
it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
It's-
Maybe it already happened. Who
I
knows?
don't know. It's either October or November or something.
Your favorite movie?
And I don't know the exact day that they go to in the future.
uh-huh.
Sorry.
You're a real fan.
That's
All
Back
right,
to the Future
whatever.
Part 2 anyway, which is a real stink fest.
a real
What
stinker.
do you think about the third one?
It's pretty good.
Okay. Anyway, we got 10 seconds on the clock. Tommy's going to review The Walk. Ready? On your marks. Get set. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, so they use like a post-walk Joseph Gordon-Levitt doing narration above the whole movie, so it makes it kind of silly. But if you take that out, it's well written, and I was on the edge of my seat for the last
Wow.
hour.
What?
That was like a 15-second review.
Wow, Tommy, what was that?
What?
You have to be punished.
Breaking all the rules. Yeah.
okay, we'll punish
we'll
him.
punish him during the break.
Yep.
Dang.
All right.
All right, we'll see you after the break.
Okay, bye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Vanguard Podcast. I'm Josh.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Joey.
And I'm Tommy.
What?
And you heard it here first,
You heard it
folks.
here first.
Tommy
Joey's
is
Tommy.
third build. I am second build.
No, you can't just cut under me like that.
Mainly because Josh does not like Tommy's attitude today.
I don't, Tommy. You're getting put on timeout after this.
All right, guys, what do we
Good.
got? What plugs do we have today? Let's get it done right
Oh,
now.
I got a socket plug.
Oh my god.
Okay. We're gonna first and foremost, I think we're gonna plug Twitch.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv/fangeared.
Geared.
Me and Tommy have been doing a weekly live stream of WWE 2K15. We've got a pretty good continuous story going on right now of our custom tag team called Fire and Ice, which of course is
Naturally.
consists of the duo of Flames McAvoy and Snowy Fatone.
Flames McAvoy.
Fire and Ice. They're the current tag team champions. They just won it from the Usos
Oh, interesting.
And they defended it against the Shield.
and defended
That was the
against the
last thing I
Shield.
Wow. you guys defending against
However,
Shield?
we
Which two? Which two?
Reigns and Ambrose.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So and next
Game
time on the next installment we'll be defending again against the Usos for their contracted rematch.
We already did that.
No, we didn't.
Huh.
Remember, we had a match in between to prepare, and then we're going into it's going to be at the next pay per view.
Yeah.
I don't
SummerSlam.
remember.
Okay.
SummerSlam.
Anyway, we've also issued an open challenge, which 2 viewers are going to be joining us in the ring. And,
Really?
yeah.
In the virtual ring.
In the virtual ring.
And the literal ring?
Maybe someday.
I mean, if we get married.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
The literal ring.
Oh, I thought. No, I meant like where you
Wrestling
actually.
ring.
I assumed you meant a
fight
wedding
them.
ring.
That is not what I meant.
Anyway, so go follow us on Twitch for that. It's a great old time. We had a great time last week, and we're also doing some one-off streams, some story ones I'm doing by myself. So
Yeah, I'm also gonna get on this, guys. Probably not with the other guys, but I'm gonna be doing it from my house. Probably just gonna be me like doing homework. So
none of this is true.
tune in. I will. You think I'm lying?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
will turn on
I
my
think you're
webcam and I will read for my homework.
Hey, and I didn't hear what you said, but how about you go on Twitter, Joey, and
Okay.
look us up.
At Fangeared.
Should I do it right now? Or?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. You'll see then that it exists, and you should hit that follow button.
With your fist.
Whoa.
Hit it with your fist, like in WWE 2K15.
Yeah,
Oh,
punch
that's
your
so
phone.
sad.
Just like Flames McAvoy and Snowy Fatone would do.
Snowy Fatone.
Get it? It's
Wow,
like
look at that.
Joey. Are you looking at our Twitter right
Yeah,
now?
you told me to.
Okay, well, hit the follow button.
I'm already following. If I
Okay.
hit the follow button, then I will unfollow.
Anyway.
Is that what you want?
Sure.
Is that what you want, Josh?
No. Anyway,
All right.
be sure to follow us on Twitter and Twitch and subscribe here on YouTube to get all of our content as soon as it's posted. It's going to be a great time for you and all involved.
Yep. Also, youtube.com/fangear.
I just said that.
Did you?
Jesus.
You said subscribe. I'm sure Joey was gonna say something else.
Yeah, I was going to say follow us on YouTube.
Different.
You don't follow on YouTube. Anyway, we're going to get into our hit the theme song. Beep, 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 beep.
Happy birthday to you.
Topic of the week.
That was the worst song I ever heard.
That was a pretty cool matchup, I thought.
Did you say matchup?
Mashup.
Oh.
It was kind of a matchup, too.
Yeah. You matched them together. They fit perfectly.
Yep.
Like in a puzzle. Topic of the week,
I love
guys.
puzzles.
Have you heard of a movie
Haven't done one in a
franchise called
No.
Friday the 13th?
I
Yeah?
have.
You
I'm
have?
being Jason for Halloween.
You are?
Are you really?
Yeah, my
Does-
girlfriend's being Freddy.
Because they're in love.
That's so cute.
No, because we fight all the time.
Freddy versus Jason.
We're gonna see who kills each other.
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
We fight all the
Wait,
time.
I haven't heard this news though,
You haven't?
and I'm interested. I'm intrigued now.
Oh, you should be.
Because
And,
I watch all 10 Friday the 13th movies every October, which
Okay.
is
Do you
a
really?
struggle.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They are so bad.
Some of them are pretty bad.
Jason X takes place in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what?
Like Planet X.
Yeah.
It also takes place in
Is
space.
that the 10th one?
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Anyway, we're gonna get into the news here. Friday the 13th, the game, has been officially announced
Game.
Do you play as Jason
by. Oh,
No.
I'm gonna get to that.
or Jason's mom?
I'm gonna get to that, Tommy.
Spoiler alert.
By Gun Media, which is a video game company that was developing a game called Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp.
Sounds like Jason.
Well, it was originally called Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp. It wasn't a Jason game. They acquired the license recently to actually turn it into the Friday the 13th game, and that's what it is now. Along with that comes some extra expenses acquiring the license like that. So they've launched a Kickstarter with the help of somebody who I trust infinitely in the games community, Adam Sessler.
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, if I start with in the games community, someone I trust infinitely, Adam Sessler is soon to follow.
Yeah.
Anyway, Adam Sessler is involved. He's I'm not sure exactly what his involvement is. I think it might just be for promotion. He might be like kind of a spokesperson. He is behind this game full force. He thinks it's a really cool idea. So what it is, it's an asymmetric multiplayer. One person plays as Jason. 7 people play as camp counselors.
What?
Each different type of camp counselor has their own like different abilities, and you're basically survive against Jason. Jason is obviously super powerful because he's against 7 people. The other ones, there's like, and then they use all the horror slasher movie tropes where like you have the nerd and he might be better at like making things or building things to survive. You know, you have the jock who might be stronger, stuff like that. But it's not just about kill Jason. It's fix this boat so that it works so that we can sail away or something like that. And there are a bunch of different ways to win.
Dang.
It's
Can
a
you
really...
can you be the virgin?
Yes, actually.
Can you
I
be
wrote
the-
down some of them.
Can
There's,
you be the whore?
You already
there's,
are.
there's the nerd, the jock. The nerd, the jock, the hot girl.
Nice.
Like,
Did I peek there?
yeah.
The whore.
So there are many different ways to survive.
Is there a male whore?
The jock.
I feel like it would be pretty easy to just keep the group together.
No.
Well, no,
You can't do that in the video.
here's the thing.
Video or in the.
Here's the
horror
cool
movie.
thing. It's 1v7, but it's also 1v1v1v1v1v1.
Oh, there's only one winner.
because there's one person who survives at the end,
Oh, the
But-
virgin.
but also you're all trying to survive together.
Cabin in the woods.
So you can help. You can team up for a little bit. Like say like, hey, you and me, let's go and build this like thing or whatever, or do this or do this plan or whatever. But at the end, one person will survive.
So here's my question: if I have not 7 other friends,
It's all online.
okay,
And
Which you don't.
Full disclosure, I have already backed this project for $25.
Whoa!
Hey, whoa.
That better not be company funds.
No, it's not.
I'm just kidding.
For $25, you get the download of the game on PS4, Xbox One, or PC. So that's all you need. That's
For $20.
That's a lot of dollars.
$25 is
$25.
less than half the price of a full price game.
Which this probably won't ever be.
What?
This game probably won't ever be a full price game.
If it does well, it could be.
It's gonna be like 20. I would imagine it's probably gonna be $29.99.
There you go, $4 off. $5 off.
Well, $4.99.
Taxes.
No tax.
Anyway, their goal on Kickstarter is $700,000.
Ooh, wow.
That's it?
That's how much it takes to make a video game?
It's a lot more than that.
And that is 30% of their total budget.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
So the majority is by them and other investors and whatever. But when I first saw this, I thought Friday the 13th is a big franchise. What did they need the money for? Like, why do they need to do Kickstarter and stuff like that? And when I thought about it and I did more research on it, it kind of seems like the exception to this game seems like the exception to every rule that I have. Friday the 13th is a big franchise. Mm-hmm. However, this is a small company that has acquired this license, so now they have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And the original game was inspired by Friday the 13th.
Yeah, but just didn't have the...
And now they get to basically they're living this dream of making this game.
Yeah.
The person who did the original score for the original movie is doing the score. They have the original visual effects artist doing the visuals or the concept art or something like that. So they have a lot of people on board to kind of make it as good as it can be, which is also why I think usually I would say in this scenario, why not just make it an original IP? Why use the pre-existing IP? I think this is kind of an exception to that too.
No, I think it is. Because it's supposed to be that.
Right.
It's supposed to be that. So obviously for these people who are who thought of the idea because of the movies, and who probably love the movies. Right. They're like, oh, let's make this game where it's, you're one of the characters in the movies. So I do understand why they would want that license. And you're right. I think this is the opposite of what we worry about with big franchise games.
Right.
Which is
they had already put the work in.
Right, exactly.
Prior to having the license.
Exactly. This isn't the company saying, okay, we're coming out with a movie.
Right.
We need a bullshit game to go along with it as promotion, or, the movie will promote this. It's people just okay, we have this idea. It's really cool. It's really good. We've done the grunt work, but now we want it to be a legit, game. So then they make it happen. Yeah.
Adam Sessler involvement was, I think, imperative to me even looking at this.
I think that, probably for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, people know that he's
I saw the IGN headline or whatever, Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp name changed to Friday the 13th launches Kickstarter. And I was like, that's lame. And then I actually looked into it, saw that Adam Sessler was involved, looked into the people who were making it and where they came from and where the game started out and what they need the money for specifically. And the game concept itself, I think, is actually the biggest thing because it seems like a really cool concept. And so I'm on board. But the reason why I wanted to bring it up was there's been a lot of controversy about crowdfunding recently within video games. Recently at E3 this year, Shenmue 3 was announced, and the rep for Sony even said on stage, we just wanted to let this guy come out here and promote his game on our stage because we really love the series, and he has something he wants to tell you. And he comes out and he announces Shenmue 3 and that they're launching a Kickstarter, and it's launching that day, and then it was funded in that day. Yeah. And then it came out later that Sony actually does have a hand in it. They're also paying for a lot of it, and they got into a lot of trouble for not being transparent about that
Right.
prior to launching the campaign. So I guess like that's what I kind of want to talk about mostly is the importance of transparency in the situation of crowdfunding and knowing what you're getting into as a consumer pledging for these campaigns.
Right. See, I think this is kind of difficult because I see both sides of the argument, which is for the smaller, company that's actually developing the game, they need money.
Right.
So they go to Sony or whoever, and Sony says, "Okay, we're going to give you this much money."
Right.
And they're like, "Well, that's not enough money."
Right.
And they said, "Well, we can only do it for this much." So then they go, "Okay, well, we'll take that money, but we also need to do a Kickstarter because we need more money. This stuff takes a lot of money." And I think they don't necessarily want to be so transparent because, I mean, we've already seen examples of this happen where smaller people will say they're going to make a video game, ask for a certain amount of money, and then the people basically just complain like, "Why do you need that much money?"
Right.
Like people don't really understand how much it costs to make a game.
Yeah. Definitely. And when you think about it as a pre-order,
Right.
I paid $25 to pledge towards the creation of this game, but also when it comes out, I don't have to buy it.
Yeah, you have the game.
I have the game. I'm going to get the code. I'm going to download it onto my PS4 and I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
And when you think about it that way, and it's definitely there have been controversies about this before where games will ask for a certain amount of money, they'll reach their goal, and then they can't deliver.
Right, yeah.
And that's where the big problem is, and it's basically it's pledge at your own risk.
Right.
Know what you're getting into. I am fairly confident that the Friday the 13th game with Adam Sessler involved and these people who have had this game already will come out. So I have no problem putting the money down for that. But
Right.
there are others that are not so such a sure thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, buyer beware, know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, I see a definite need for transparency. I mean, I don't think there's any reason why Sony has to say or wouldn't say like, "Oh yeah, okay, we are putting money into this as well." I think, as consumers we can handle that. But the other side of it is if you're going to pledge to one of these things, you need to understand that there's a reason why Sony is not going to pledge all of the money. And that has to do with it being a business transaction for them,
Right.
and not wanting to take the risk. The other thing, this isn't really related, but something I think is interesting. Just because this is being crowdfunded does not mean that the game is going to be good.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
that it has to be, or that it's going to be successful.
Right.
And oftentimes it sort of has the odds stacked against it because this is already a game that for whatever reason a bigger company said no to.
Right.
So you have to keep those things in mind.
Mm-hmm. And it's that's not always necessarily the case. A lot of independent game companies want to remain independent.
Right.
Don't want to. I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier with the Chinese Room, where being involved with Sony was bad for her specifically, and but it's kind of that is something to keep in mind is.
You're paying for the creation of this game so that it exists.
Yeah.
Beyond
this game
you're not
doesn't
really
exist
owed
at this
anything.
point. You can't know how good it can be, so know that beforehand.
Right.
The reason why some people wait to see a review of a game after it comes out before they buy it. This is the exact opposite. You're buying it before it's even done.
Right. And I mean, sort of, because there's a couple examples of, I think recently this happened where a game got funded and then the company just never made the game.
Yeah.
Because on Kickstarter, I don't think you actually have to, legally, you don't actually have to make the product or do whatever.
Kickstarter actually,
Or is it?
they do crack down on that a little bit. Recently, have you seen ads at all for the Kickstarter for the laser shaver?
Yeah, they
The thing. They took it down because they failed to.
they didn't have a product.
They
that
had
actually
no
does that
working
yet.
prototype.
Yeah.
They failed to produce one, which they require for physical products.
That's interesting, though.
And they had one video on their Kickstarter page, and it was supposedly a demo. It was like a minute long, and it was just literally a picture of someone's like leg or arm. I forget what it was. Did you see that?
Yeah, but
it literally shows it not working.
Yeah, well, okay, so this is why, and this is what's interesting. So, and this will tie back into video games. So the reason why that prototype didn't actually do it was because there's this little thing on the end that right now, currently, because they don't have funding, it's made out of like glass or something. What they want is to use this money to make a prototype that's made out of like fiber or whatever. Right. So that the thing breaks when it like hits a hair.
Yeah.
So with the new thing, it won't do that. So it'll actually work.
Right.
The reason why Kickstarter took it off is because the thing they say that they're going to build, they don't have that built.
Yeah.
They're saying we want the money so that we can try this other idea.
Right.
So that's interesting because with these cases where people have given money to people who are going to make video games,
yeah,
they only have an idea.
Right.
So how does that like what does that say about the future of kickstarting video games? Because if more companies like this are going to run off with this money or whoever, then is that going to mean that for smaller, indie developers who are trying to get their games kickstarted, that they're going to have something built already or proves in some way that they're going to make this game?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure they only require working prototypes for physical products, such as the razor, laser razor or whatever. So I'm not sure something like a game or a creative work applies to that, which is why I think there is controversy.
See that's why. Because I don't think this company, the laser razor one, is trying to swindle anybody.
Yeah.
I think they just need the money. So why are they not deserving of
that
crowdfunding?
Yeah, it's true. It's and I also, what do you think of larger companies who do want to maybe publish a game or a movie, wanting that smaller publisher to pass the crowdfunding test? To say, start this Kickstarter, raise this much money, then we'll know that you have enough people who want this thing, and then we'll publish it for you.
That is problematic because it takes away the risk that a company is supposed to, put behind or have when they invest in something.
Yeah, why wouldn't a company do that?
I mean, but see, this is the other thing. Whenever those things happen, like typically those games are like nostalgia games and sort of like, oh, this game was made a long time ago, we want to make a second one. It's been 15 years.
Right.
So for the people who want to see that game made, you kind of have to go in understanding, without me doing this, showing my support in this way by giving money, this game probably would have never been made.
Right.
So looking at Kickstarter as because we have it, games will be made. Where, say, if we had this 20 years ago, there may have been games that could have existed that people wanted, but never existed because we didn't have this option. So it's an addition. It's not. I mean, it looks like companies are using it as a way to get away with not paying.
Yeah.
But really, they would have just said no.
Yeah.
In other circumstances.
Right.
So I think it's important to remember that. And really, I actually don't know if that's. I mean, Sony could be like, you know what, we were going to pay for this. We'd rather you crowdfund it so that we don't have to bother. But they don't get money back if they do that.
Right.
That's the thing. So it's all about the risk that they don't want to take.
Yeah, exactly.
Buyer beware.
Buyer beware.
It's Halloween. Spooky.
Yeah. I mean, I was glad that you were able to get a word in there, Joey, and me too. And Tommy was kind of steamrolling that conversation.
Oh, sorry,
Whoa,
I
took that. Sorry, I don't know what happened to me there. I just kind of.
What time is it?
Well, I was just gonna say real quick.
It's time for you to get a watch.
Oh, we got him! We got him!
Ouch, man.
God, he got him so bad. There. I threw this one up on Twitter, and we got some replies. I said, what did I say? I said, what do you think of new asymmetric multiplayer Friday the 13th game and its use of Kickstarter? We'll read your response in the week's podcast. We got one viewer said, we think it's awesome from Friday the 13th game.
They responded back?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And I responded
Yes.
I responded back to them, said, we agree, we've already pledged, smiley face.
Did you say
Wow.
tune in to the Fan Gear podcast to hear us talk about it? Say that right now.
Well, on the first podcast, I said, we'll read your responses on this week's podcast.
Yeah, but you should
The
say
one
that.
they responded to.
Too late now.
What should we do?
You should say that you should tell them to listen to the podcast.
I'm going to post this up and I'm going to tag them in it, just like I did the first one.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this is a good use of Kickstarter and crowdfunding.
Mhm.
That's a good use of the Friday the 13th IP. I think it's a great idea.
It's also a good example of doing your research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Like, for just everyone. Because remember you said that originally you saw Friday the 13th or slash
yeah,
film
my
gets a new
initial
title.
my initial reaction was, why does Friday the 13th need to crowdfund?
Right.
Like thinking maybe it was an official game or whatever, like
Yeah.
from this studio or whatever. But
I don't know, it's-
yeah, I think this is great. I'm excited to play the game sometime next year.
I have a question.
Ask
So
away.
the original game title was Slasher something part
Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp.
Volume 1. Is there going to be a Volume 2?
I think we can assume that there's going to be 10 Friday the 13th games.
No. Was Volume 2 going to be like... Because, I mean, Friday the 13th is kind of the perfect setting for this type of game. I can't think of any other horror slasher movie that would work.
I see what you mean. now.
Oh.
Like, is there going to be Slasher Volume 2, which is like a Freddy Krueger
Nightmare
game?
Yeah.
on Elm Street.
I could see that
Wait,
working
that would
pretty
definitely
well
work.
too. That would be cool.
Then
Taking
you go,
place
like,
inside
into
people's
different
dreams.
realities.
He's in one person's stream at a time.
Yeah, but so for him, it's like he's in the real world
Not
and
in
then he can go into
not
dreams.
in the reboot.
Oh. That's the only one I've seen, but it was terrible.
The reboot
Yeah.
with the micronaps,
I don't know.
where like they're staying up for so long that they're like
Oh,
passing
like-
out for
oh.
like little bits at a time.
Yeah, I can definitely see them doing something with that, though.
That would be cool.
That does sound... See, that's the thing. That's how...
Tommy brings up this thing saying like, yeah, but it's not going to work for the other ones, and then we're like, oh, that's what you're saying? Wait, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they all kind of follow the same tropes of, like, teenagers and the same
Yeah,
characters. It's
different
just a different
settings.
setting.
The fact
and
that it's in a
different villain.
dream could even like open up possibilities for really cool gameplay.
Exactly. Because you could go anywhere. It
Yeah.
could look like anything.
Yeah,
They
That
should've-
could be
they should've done
cool.
Nightmare on
Okay.
Elm Street.
that could be cool.
Hey guys, if you still can, maybe get the license for that. Change the game.
I wouldn't say change
This sounds
it.
a lot better. Sorry.
No, I would
I
say
disagree. I think Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
sounds
Friday the
better.
13th seems really cool. I'm excited to play it.
That's interesting because
I-
I'm more excited for that than I ever would be for a movie
Oh yeah,
of this. Did you see the last Friday the 13th that came out?
Yeah, the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I think we saw it in high school.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's back then.
Wait, did we see it with you?
That was before I watched horror movies.
Yeah, remember Tom used
when
to
you were
never
still
watch it.
scared.
You know. they're
All right,
scary.
well, that's what we think of that, of kickstarting and it's Friday the 13th game. I think it's awesome.
Mhm.
And it's really cool.
What's-
Know what you're trying to buy. And anyway,
All right. Well, how
that's-
about okay? I got some. Can I ask questions?
yeah, you
of
got
them?
any questions? Yeah.
All right. Let us. Okay. Auditory viewers, let us know.
Also known as listeners.
Listener, that's the word I was
Right,
looking
right.
for. Let us know your opinion on the woman whose name escapes me.
Yeah, it's I have it here on in my notes. Jessica Curry.
Jessica Curry. Let us know about that. We want some different viewpoints. If you can get into contact with her, ask her. You know,
Yeah, we definitely want to gather some quotes, some feedback for next week's podcast, which will be about women in gaming
and the overall feminist movement, wave 1, 2, and 3.
Oh boy!
If you think there's a 4,
What if
try to convince me. I don't think there's a 4th wave right now. I think this is an extension of 3.
What if I don't want to
just
talk
in different
about
ways.
this?
But we'll debate it if you want to. We'll get into this. We'll get down to the nitty gritty. Yeah.
and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Toot.
Ooh, Fangear.
Fangeared.
Okay.